Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. This time I'm going to give you the realistic horror films that I've watched. Top 5 realistic horror films, in my opinion. Starting with my favorite Jimmy Stewart film and Alfred Hitchcock film, Rear Window. I've talked about this a few times. This movie, I just adore. And I kind of relate to it because this has happened. I am terrible with gout from a young age. I remember one time I kind of had the same uh, kind of thing where it wasn't a neighbor, but it was suspicion, just mysteries along, in where we lived. And, it was really odd. So it's that movie I can really relate to. Next is Hostel. Mainly the first one, but maybe, the series or whatever, but mainly the first one. This shows you never to, just stick with staying at home. This film is one of those movies that you just will make you not want to do something. And, it's got Tarantino's backing, Eli Roth's direction, and it's a pretty, it is a pretty WTF movie, but I really enjoy it. And it's really gritty and realistic. Not going to be the only Stephen King adaptation on here. Misery is one of my favorites, though. It's such a wonderful film. Kathy Bates deserved her Oscar. R.I.P. James Caan. I like that this was something different. Stephen King wanted to do something. He wanted to do something different. I think it was Eyes of the Dragon. And, fans didn't like that. I did like how he wrote this in response. William Goldman did really good for the screenplay. And it's a solid film. Number 2 is a film I can't believe had a Razzie nomination. Um, but just look at that. The Shining, of course, it's a movie Stephen King dislikes. I always enjoyed it. It's a character who had, you know, the, it's, I can't even explain it. The troubles of isolation and so on and so forth that most people can relate to, but just putting it up a notch, it's just wow. And the number one most realistic to me horror movie is Frozen. It is, without a doubt, it feels like it just seems like, or you feel like you're there. And Emma Bell, give her a fucking Oscar. I think Kevin Zegers, Emma Bell, and Sean Ashmore all did wonderful together. All of them just did so well. Adam Green did well, like very well with his direction. And it's just you feel like you are freezing to death with these people. And what goes on and what happens, and just you feel bad for them. And and it's just the way it goes. It's just people will go, oh, The Conjuring or this or that, or the amount of endless movies that are being produced like that. I'm more for ones that are extremely like when stuff like this happens, like this, cabin fever, like things with, you know, being stuck, isolated, viruses. I think that's a lot more creepier and eerie than, you know, a man coming after you or ghosts or whatever. Which, don't get me wrong, there are perfect, you know, ideas for that. But sometimes this kind of just scares me a bit more. So that's my top five list.